Hello, I had a request to do a smoky eye look for a couple of friends of mine from Facebook, so I'm going to go ahead and do that for you. The one that was recommended or asked about was a Kim Kardashian type smoky eye, so I looked at a bunch of different pictures and, you know, kind of collaborated a couple of them because she tends to do like a severely smoky eye, and I'm not sure that anyone who's not going to be on TV wants to do that. So what we're going to do is kind of a toned down smoky eye. You could even tone this down even further to wear it during the day, but this is kind of a nighttime look, for me anyway. So what you want to do is start by priming your eye, and I'm using an Urban Decay primer potion in Eden, and you just put that all over the eye, all the way up to your brow bone. Blend that in. I use my finger. You can use a brush. If I was putting it on someone else, I would definitely use a brush. Alright, you want to blend that in. I would put a little bit underneath the eye as well, because we're going to put shadow under there, and what that does is keeps your eyeshadow on all day and makes the colors a little more vibrant. The next thing I'm going to do is apply, I'm going to mix two of these colors together. This is a Expert Eye, that's the name of it, Expert Eyeshadow Mocha Motion by Maybelline, and you can still buy this. I haven't had it that long. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this color here and that color there. This is kind of a taupey gray brown, and this is more like just a true taupe color, and I don't really like either one of them by themselves, so I'm just going to mix them together. You want to get yourself a flat eyeshadow brush like that. This is just a no-name, something I got at Walmart. You can buy a more expensive one if you want. MAC makes one if you're a MAC user, and the number on it is a 239. But I'm just going to use a flat shader brush. And I'm just going to dip kind of back and forth like that to get the color that I want. And then I'm going to start placing that on my eye. And I'm not going to kind of go back and forth like this because I don't want it all over. I just want to kind of place it like this. And you want to start, you know, all the way at the base of your eyelashes and go up into where your crease is. Mine is, you just feel into the socket of your eye like that, and you can feel where your natural crease is. I go up a little bit above the crease. You don't want to pull it out here too far. You're going to end up looking, you know, crazy. And you don't want to pull it in here too far, because that's going to give you a real dark shadow on the inside of your eye, which you do not want. So just get a good, generous covering, you know, make sure it's all covered like that. And then I'm going to take this Sonia Kashuk brush, and it's just kind of a flat, dome-shaped brush, kind of dense. It's not real fluffy. You can get these at Target. I'm not exactly sure where else. And it's just a blender brush. So take that, and then blend all this little edge here. Just kind of go back and forth. You can do windshield wiper motions. I like to do kind of short, flicking motions like this. And what you're trying to do is get that whole line there to not be a harsh edge, and blend that out. So it looks like that. Hopefully you can see. Alright, that looks pretty good. What you want to do next is I'm going to use a black eyeliner. You can use a brown eyeliner if you're more of a very fair skin, and I know a couple people that asked me to do this are very pale skinned, blonde hair, blue eyes, that kind of thing. If you feel like black is too harsh on your face, then go ahead and use I would use like a dark brown, maybe a spice color, a chocolate brown would look really good. And then you want to go as close to your lash line as possible. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. It doesn't have to be neat. You just want to go all along that lash line. Not real thick, you know, real close to the lashes. And you want to get thinner as you go in towards the inner corner of your eye. And you can go in as far as you feel comfortable with. I kind of like it more further in towards the corner of my eye just because of my eye shape. And that's good there. You see how I've got that? It's I just kind of stopped right at the edge of my eye there. And I didn't go all the way into the corner there because we're going to do a highlight, as you can see that there. Once you have your eyeliner on, you know, real close to your lashes, I'm going to use a dark chocolate brown. A smoky eye is any color. You can use black, brown, blue, green, whatever you want to use. But you want to start off with a little bit lighter color all over the lid. Not light, but lighter. and then start going in with another darker color, and this is what's going to make it smoky. I'm going to use a Maybelline Wear Infinite, and this is in Deep Mocha. Hopefully you can see the color. Leave it there so it can focus. And I'm going to take the tip of a smudger brush. Again, this is just a very inexpensive, no-name brush that I got at Walmart in a set. I can't even remember how much they were, I'm sorry. But it has a real short bristles, you know, and they're very compact, quite dense. And I'm going to take the tip of that brush and I'm just going to dip it in there like that. And what you want to do is start placing that brown eyeshadow. Just pat that right over that eyeliner because we're going to smudge that out a little bit. Just keep going until you feel like you got enough color on there. You could use a black for this if you wanted it to be very dark. You could just go black right over top of that black eyeliner. And you want to get it like that. I'm going to take it, the bristles this way. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Not this way, but this way. And I'm going to start right at the corner of my eye, and I'm going to flick that up like that. Because you want the outside edge and all of this here to be darker than all of this in here. So I'm just going to start flicking that inwards like that. Need a little bit more color. So it looks something like that. Looks kind of crazy right now, but we're going to blend that out. Take your blender brush again and start flicking that in like that. I'm just doing real short strokes, kind of flicking it as I go. You can bring it in here, but again, you want that to kind of go dark and keep getting lighter as it goes in, so don't flick that color in too far. Keep going till it's nice and blended. Do the same thing down here along the lash line. Blending is what takes the time, and blending is what makes it look good, basically. Just placing a color and kind of going with it never works for anyone. So really take your time, go back and forth, and get that color blended in so it looks something like that. And you see how it's a little bit lighter in the center there and lighter over in here, but it's real nice and dark on the outside there. If you feel like you got that out too far, going out this way, you can take a Q-tip and just kind of neaten that up. Alright, I personally like the inner waterline lined. It looks better on me, on my eyes. So I'm going to line my waterline. And that's just that flap of skin right in the inner rim of your eye there. You can go all the way in, or you don't have to, whatever you feel more comfortable with. But get that nice and dark in there. And I'm going to tight line, and that means I'm going to line my upper waterline underneath my lashes there. And this is kind of hard to watch, but this is how I do it. I just really stick that right in there and close my eye on it and kind of go back and forth. And what that does is closes in any gaps. I don't know if you can see it. Closes in the gaps and makes sure that, you know, that color is consistent all the way through, so that you can't see any white gaps in between your eyelashes there. The next thing I'm going to do is I like to go back over again with the black eyeliner, again along that line there, and make it even a little bit darker. The layering and blending is really going to make the difference, so kind of take a little bit of time with this. So I just went right back over that where I lined it before, and I'm going to take those same brushes. I'm going to take that short smudger brush, I'm going to dip it in the dark Deep Mocha color, go back over top of that, really pack that on. Again, I'm using this for a nighttime look for myself. You can tone this down, do it lighter, do it darker if you would like to be a little bit more dramatic, more extreme, or if you're going to have a lot of pictures taken. Go back in with that Sonia Kashuk kind of dense dome brush. Blend that through again. I'm going to take that Sonia Kashuk brush and I'm going to dip it in the dark chocolate just a little. I'm going to kind of tap it in there and then tap it off, because I want to really deepen up this outer corner.